I got a phone call around 2 o'clock this morning. I got a phone call from my sister saying that the house was on fire, and the first thing that came to my mind was if my father's okay.
People picking up the pieces after a fire sparked, affecting 3 homes. What caused those flames to spread still ahead.
A decision on COVID-19 booster shots could be made today. However, there's still a lot of questions up in the air. We've got the latest this noon.
How low will we go tonight, and when is our next chance of rain? We've got a look at the forecast coming up.
Live from KSAT 12, the news at noon starts right now.
Flames fueled by that windy cold front that came in, spreading to 3 homes this morning on the northwest side.
One of those homes destroyed, burned to the ground. As Jonathan Cotto explains, one family didn't just lose a home, but precious memories as well.
3 homes and a car, all in flames. That's the scene fire crews found when they arrived at the home on Viendo Street just after 2 this morning. Amelia Perez grew up in the home that was destroyed. She says her father and her sister still live there. She can't believe it's gone.
Really sad. We lost a lot of pictures from my mother. My mother died a long time ago. So to come to a house where my mother's pictures are gone, it's very devastating.
She says while some memories were destroyed, the outcome could have been worse.
I am really glad and very happy that my sister, my only sister, and my father are still alive, and that is the only thing that matters.
Ramon Perez lived in this home for more than 25 years. Today he's left rummaging through what the fire left behind.
The fire not only destroying the homes, this business here almost falling victim to those flames. Firefighters say the back end of this business did receive damage to the trim, but they were able to quickly prevent the flames from jumping over.
Firefighters say they were up against some challenges. While one house was consumed by the flames, winds from the cold front that blew through our area caused the fire to spread to 2 neighboring homes.
We had a structure fully involved in fire when we got here, threatening both sides, left and right of the house, and equally threatened, but no reports, nothing to go on, unfortunately, for how the fire started.
Rustin says they are estimating close to $300,000 in damages. The Perez family says they're unsure how they'll be recovering from this loss, but are thankful to those who are already offering a helping hand. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
A large group of mostly Haitian migrants still camping out under a bridge in Del Rio. Thousands upon thousands of people are waiting to be processed, and some of them are being put on planes to go back to their island homes. However, as ABC's Kenneth Moten reports, some people are being allowed to stay.
As the Biden administration works to ramp up those mass deportation flights, the number of migrants under that bridge is dropping. But there's still thousands of men, women, and children waiting for help. The Biden administration is facing a political battle on both sides over this border crisis and the mass deportations here in Del Rio, Texas. Roughly 8,000 migrants, many Haitian, remain under that Del Rio bridge waiting to be processed. Thousands of immigrants have already been sent back to their home countries. On Capitol Hill, top Democrats, normally allied with the president, call for a halt to the deportations, and Republican senators grilled the Secretary of Homeland Security. Some migrant families are being allowed to remain here in the U.S. New video showing dozens arriving at this Houston facility Tuesday. And there's still some strong emotions to that encounter between mounted Border Patrol agents and migrants. As Homeland Security investigates, the DHS Secretary tweeted overnight that the agents involved have been placed on administrative duties and they are not interacting with migrants. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Del Rio, Texas.
Happening later this afternoon, Governor Greg Abbott is set to sign an anti-smuggling bill into law that's scheduled to happen around 1:30 in McAllen. The governor's office says Senate Bill 576 enhances the criminal penalty for human smuggling when a payment is involved. SB 576 also eliminates the requirement of proof in order to prosecute a smuggler who intended to receive payment for human smuggling.
Early voting now underway right now to decide who will fill the District 118 seat. That position opened up after former state representative Leo Pacheco gave it up last month to take a job at San Antonio College. Early voting runs through Friday. There are 5 candidates filed for this election. Election day is next Tuesday, September 28th. You can find the polling locations on KSAT.com. Also on KSAT.com, details on another election that's coming up. The Texas voters will be deciding on 8 proposed constitutional amendments in a statewide election. It is scheduled for November 2nd. Early voting for that election starts on October 18th. You have until October 4th to register to vote.
And in case you missed it, CPS Energy's Paula Gold-Williams joined us for our latest KSAT Q&A last night on the news at 6. During the conversation, she revealed that CPS Energy customers will start seeing their bills go up, and it'll happen sooner rather than later. She estimates that people could see a 10% increase. Gold-Williams says the CPS Energy Board of Directors will meet to discuss the increase within the next couple of months. The higher bills, of course, are due to the impact from February's winter storm when energy costs skyrocketed during those massive outages. Watch the entire conversation with the CPS Energy CEO right now on KSAT.com.
Now to the coronavirus pandemic. ABC News now reporting today that the FDA is likely to authorize the Pfizer booster shots. The only question is who will be eligible for them. Meanwhile, as ABC's Alex Pachet explains, the U.S. now involved in a massive effort to get millions of vaccines to people in other countries.
Today, all eyes on the FDA. Multiple sources tell ABC News the agency will say yes to a third shot of the Pfizer vaccine for millions of Americans as soon as today. If that happens, the issue heads to the CDC. Scientists there will decide whether to recommend these Pfizer booster shots to any or all of the following Americans: people over 65, people who have health conditions that put them at high risk, or frontline workers like nurses, doctors, police officers, and grocery store workers. Those third shots of Pfizer could start going into arms as early as Friday. In Ohio, they're desperate for the extra help. The governor says his state is seeing the highest hospitalization numbers yet for people under 50 years old.
The clear difference between these younger Ohioans and the older Ohioans is the rate of vaccination.
Nationwide, there are 90,000 Americans hospitalized with the virus, down from 100,000 3 weeks ago. But the COVID crisis in dozens of states remains at peak levels. In Alabama, for the first time in the state's history, there were more deaths in the year 2020 than there were births.
We are seeing a decrease in the number of patients that are in the hospital, but unfortunately, it's not because all of them are getting better and going home to their families and going back to their jobs. These patients are dying.
About a third of the nearly 9,500 virus-related deaths from last week come from 3 states. They're in Alabama, Texas, and Georgia. And on the heels of his first speech at the UN, President Biden hosting a virtual COVID-19 summit with world leaders today.
Nothing is more urgent than all of us working together to defeat COVID-19.
President Biden announcing that the U.S. will purchase 500 million more doses of the Pfizer vaccine to share with countries around the world. Alex Pachet, ABC News, Washington.
Back here at home, did you know that Bexar County has one of the most efficient crime labs in the nation? The lab offers forensic services in 3 different areas, and we were given access to get a closer look. Coming up tonight on the news at 6, we will show you what forensic scientists are doing there and how they are helping law enforcement investigators solve crimes, deal with DNA analysis, sexual assaults, ballistics, and drug analysis.
As a matter of fact, we second year in a row we're awarded we're given an award for our efficiency, and I always like to add in front of that it's efficiency at the quality level that's demanded.
This look inside the crime lab is part of our new series called The Investigation, which will give you, the viewer, a closer look at forensic science and how it has evolved. You can catch this story tonight, once again, on KSAT 12 News at 6.
A workout plan fit for a Texan. How a Dude Ranch is offering folks a rustic alternative to the traditional gym. It's a story that's part of this week's New You segment. It's coming up in our next half hour.
The Houston Texans will have a new starting quarterback come Thursday night. More on who that new QB will be coming up in sports.
If you've driven down Broadway recently or you've been in the downtown area, you've probably seen construction in the area. After the break, Max Massey is going to take a look at one of the newest construction projects here.
San Antonio is a city on the rise, and if you have traveled downtown or on Broadway recently, you probably noticed the construction of the new Jefferson Bank headquarters.
It's expected to be completed next October, but Max Massey shows us the new building will be much more than just a bank.
Take a look at this. This is the view from the 8th floor of what is soon to be the new headquarters for the Jefferson Bank on Broadway. And it's going to be so much more than just a headquarters for the bank. There's going to be stores, there's going to be retail, there's going to be bars. We're joined here with the president of Jefferson Bank, Paul McSween. So, Paul, why did you guys pick Broadway?
You know, we spent many years, I guess 6 or 7 years, looking at San Antonio, trying to find the ideal location to consolidate all of our operations. And we're very excited about the energy that's down here. We feel like that in terms of recruitment and retaining top talent, this is the place that employees want to be. We see the banking industry as really moving towards a technology kind of business with all of the digital channels and digital service platforms that we offer. So those kind of folks love it down here. They love the Pearl. They love this area of Broadway.
What does the future of the San Antonio economy look like from your perspective?
We're very bullish on the San Antonio economy. We see a lot of demand for this building already from companies that are outside of San Antonio. We see a lot of companies outside of San Antonio that would have historically looked at Houston or Dallas or Austin, particularly Austin for the technology side, are now looking at San Antonio. San Antonio's been kind of a hidden little jewel for many years, and now companies are starting to take notice. So there's a lot of attention.
All right, Paul, thank you so much. If you guys have any questions about the project or what is to come here in the Broadway corridor, we have those answers. Head to KSAT.com. Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
Outside with Lack, you know that 8th floor gives you a pretty good view of cold fronts blowing through.
Boy, you could feel it yesterday. No doubt about it.
David was on his back porch, sitting in his rocking chair.
Taking his allergy medication.
No kidding. Now, those winds have kicked up some allergens. I'll show you that in just a second. First, though, the aquifer still dropping down 0.2 of a foot to 658. We could use a little bit of rain, and maybe, just maybe, there is some in the forecast. There's a look at the allergens. It's a long list, guys. Molds, ragweed, fall elm, all high today. Pigweed and grass also showing up, so beware there. At least those gusty winds brought in some cooler air. Great looking forecast to finish out the work week. We'll take a look coming up.
That was a full list. It had ragweed and something that other.
We didn't have
grass.
any more room to add another one on the list. Do we max out the graphic?
I think we did.
Okay.
No, there's room for 6, but we don't want 6.
No, stop.
It's just
let's leave it at 5.
Hopefully those numbers come down some. Hopefully next couple days. But yeah, everything got kicked up today with those gusty winds from last night's front. It is also, by the way, guys, well, it's about to be the first day of fall, or we're officially about to enter fall. 2:21 p.m. if you were curious, the autumnal equinox. The Earth's axis is tilted neither toward nor away from the sun, so nearly equal amount of daylight and darkness at all latitudes because of that tilt of the Earth. And that brings us into fall officially. That cold front was right on time, brought in the cooler air and the drier air last night. Well, look at the dew point change. So we're down 34 degrees in the dew point. That's a huge swing. So that's going from really humid air to really, really dry air. And it is all over South Texas. That dry air funneled in last night. Right now, we've got just a few high clouds, 79 at the airport, 83 Stinson, 80 Kelly, 79 Randolph, and a good northerly breeze still 10 miles per hour at the airport. Cloud cover starting to decrease. We've got just a few thin high cirrus working across the sky. And I think as we get into tonight, we'll have clear skies. 80 in Hondo, still 72 Bernie Stage, 80 in New Braunfels. Fairly comfortable. 76 Fredericksburg, 76 in Kerrville, 84 down there in Cotulla, a place that got up to the triple digits again yesterday. So this is welcome air mass moving in. Wind gusts still up there around 22, 25 miles per hour. I suspect we'll see some gusts like this through the early afternoon. But these winds will start to calm tonight into this evening. You'll see the wind gusts really start to come down. We'll go almost calm by tomorrow morning. And you know what that means. Calm winds, clear skies, dry air allows those temperatures to really fall off with radiational cooling. All the heat gets released back into the atmosphere. 57 is what we're shooting for here in San Antonio. It's going to feel incredible tomorrow morning. A lot of places in the hill country will be in the low 50s. As we look down the line here, high pressure scoots its way across Texas. And that keeps things pretty quiet. This is the weekend, Saturday, 6 o'clock. I think Saturday and Sunday will be pretty quiet, although on Sunday you'll start to notice maybe a little bit more cloud cover, maybe some increasing humidity late in the day. Then we'll be watching this system, a cutoff low out across the desert southwest. This works its way towards Texas, and by Monday afternoon, Monday evening, we should start to see a chance for some showers and storms as moisture increases and that low gets a little bit closer. And by Tuesday, our rain chances really start to pick up with some showers and storms around the area. So that's what we have to look forward to down the line. But in the meantime, more of this great weather. 86 degrees today. Again, fall officially begins at 2:21, mostly sunny and breezy. We start off at 57 Thursday morning, 59 Friday morning. We do climb to near 90 over the weekend. With a few more clouds both Saturday and Sunday. But the humidity stays low, I'd say, until about Sunday evening. And that's when the humidity levels start to kick back up. And then there are those rain chances. Right now we have them at 30% and 40% respectively for Monday and Tuesday. If things look a little bit better with the models, maybe we're able to raise those rain chances some. And we do need some rain. Coming up next half hour, we'll look at where we are for the year rainfall-wise. And we'll let you know that, yes, September's been a pretty dry month for us, guys.
Pretty dry looking. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm just glad we can all stand straight up and not have to worry about tilting one way or the other. Happens twice a year, right?
True.
We're talking rookie sensation. I'm glad he got it. We were talking rookie sensation, at least for the Cowboys. You just ignored me, didn't you?
You're going to have to explain that during the commercial. I don't get it.
Okay. More battles of unbeaten this weekend. Truly big game coverage coming up.
The Earth is tilted?
Because the Earth is not tilted right now. It's
Okay.
not tilted to the sun. It's not tilted away from the sun.
Gotcha.
So you stand straight up and you're all good.
Okay.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
One of the rookies to keep an eye on the rest of this season for the Cowboys, their number 1 draft pick, number 11, Micah Parsons. Talk about versatility. He showed that part of his game Sunday in Los Angeles against the Chargers. After DeMarcus Lawrence broke his foot in practice and now out 6 to 8 weeks, it was defensive coordinator Dan Quinn's idea to move Parsons from linebacker to defensive end. Already down Randy Gregory, who was on the COVID reserve list, and that time we don't know when he's going to be back. If Donovan Wilson would be able to play, and it turned out he wasn't. In his first start at defensive end, Parsons collected a sack, a tackle for a loss. Cowboys won it 2017 over the Chargers.
I would not have asked him to do that if I didn't think he was ready to do it. And this is the best thing for us to go win this game. And so he said, okay, I'm down, I'm into it. And so that's, to me, I wouldn't have even considered it had I not thought he could handle it.
Well, he proved he could handle it. Now we're going to see what they do next time. The NFC East rivals come to town. The Eagles, Monday night. It's their home opener for the Cowboys. The Houston Texans are back on the field tomorrow night for Thursday night football, and they will be starting a rookie at quarterback. They will host the Carolina Panthers at NRG Stadium with Davis Mills taking the snaps. That's after head coach David Culley said he will not activate Deshaun Watson even after Tyrod Taylor suffered a hamstring injury and could be out the next 4 weeks. Culley said Watson will not even practice with the team this week. That said, with the fact that Mills got some playing time the entire second half after Tyler's injury should help him in his first NFL start.
Tremendously. As a matter of fact, after the game, I think during the interview process, he mentioned how comfortable he was. He didn't really feel like there was anything happening to him that he wasn't prepared for. And after going back and watching the video, there really wasn't anything that they did that would confuse him or did anything any differently. He handled himself well, and I expect him to do the same thing this week.
Kickoff tomorrow night, 7:20 in Houston. The KSAT 12 MeTV Texas Sports Productions Game of the Week will feature a battle of the unbeatens. Third-ranked Smithson Valley Rangers in 12's Top 12 face the 9th-ranked New Braunfels Unicorns. The Unicorns are off to a surprising 4-0 start following their huge 24-21 upset of the Justin Rockets in Converse last Thursday. Prior to that, the Unicorns had wins over San Marcos, Seguin, and Canyon. Meantime, the Smithson Valley Rangers are also 4-0 with wins over Warren, Madison, El Paso, Eastwood, and opening district play with a dominating 42-14 win over Wagner.
It's going to be a great atmosphere, great game. I think our fans expect a lot from us, and we're just going to go into it with our all.
We've been carrying a lot of good momentum through the past 4 games, 4-0 now. So I think the momentum's definitely there, but we still got to go in playing our best.
Kickoff set for 7 o'clock, Unicorn Stadium on Thursday, and you can see it all live on MeTV, KSAT 12 Digital .2. The Smith Valley volleyball team on the court last night. Some action against South San Rangers versus the Bobcats. First set is a good one. Alyssa Contreras with the spike down the line. That pulls South San within 2 points, 10-8. But Smith Valley responds. Rebecca Williams gets the push shot to drop. Part of a 4-0 run. And a few plays later, Lily Johnson coming right at you with the spike to the back line. The Rangers win the match, remain undefeated, 4-0 in district. At Natalia High School, Mustangs hosting Poth in a battle of two of the best teams in District 27 3A. Pirates rolling in the second. Chloe Neglin hammers a cross-court kill to cap a 6-0 run. Poth in control, 16-6. Natalia hanging tough, though. Kylie Spangler gets the huge block that gets the team fired up, but the Pirates were just too much. JC Svoboda gets the dump shot to the fall in the middle of the court. Post speed sweeps Natalia to remain undefeated in district. And we've got more highlights and reaction from this match on our website. Just go to KSAT.com.
The past meets the present at a Texas dude ranch. How it can help you live out your cowboy dreams and reach out your fitness goals. It's coming up in the next half hour.
And thousands of people still can't go back home after a volcano started erupting on a Spanish island. How new visors are creating more problems for crews trying to get control of these situations. Fishers.
Autopsy results confirming that the body found Sunday in Wyoming are those of Gabby Petito's remains. And investigators have now ruled her death a homicide. Police are still searching, though, for her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, the only named person of interest in the case, who himself has been missing for a week. After days of searching, police and FBI found no signs of Laundrie in the 25,000-acre nature preserve where his family says they picked up his abandoned car last week. Now police are responding to tips that are pouring in from the public all across the state. In Gabby's hometown, Long Island, streets were lined with ribbons in her honor.
Everyone here is so close to their neighbors. They know everybody. Everyone works together. So anything that hits close to home, everyone's going to unite.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis rolling out state resources to assist federal and local law enforcement to continue this investigation.
Images from La Palma show the force of an unstoppable lava flow as it threatens the island. As ABC's James Longman reports, the erupting volcano is spewing lava and ash, destroying homes and forcing thousands to evacuate.
I'm standing on the roof of a house whose occupants have been told they may need to evacuate because that angry volcano keeps on roaring. Every surface here just about is covered in ash, and the people here have already taken in a neighbor who doesn't know if she's lost her home. The massive concern here is some of these lava flows are not heading towards the ocean where people would like them to go. They're heading inland, and there is another village in the sights of that lava which could be in danger, and that is why firefighters have been working through the night to try as hard as they can to divert it. As you can imagine, 1,800-degree molten rock is not easy to divert. At this point, something like 400 buildings have been destroyed. 7,000 people have been either evacuated from the area, or even some of them tourists mostly, have been moved off this island altogether. The big issue that they're facing is that new fissures are opening up, and they don't know when they're going to come, and they can't control the lava that comes out of them. So I think a long way to go yet for the people of La Palma here in the Canary Islands. James Longman, ABC News, in Spain's Canary Islands.
So apparently my joke didn't go over too well about
Well, you didn't get it quite right.
Okay.
I didn't get the whole
That's why you didn't get it.
tilting thing. Okay. All right, Justin, explain.
The Earth is always tilted. It's just that, it's not tilted towards or away from the sun right now.
Thank you.
That makes any sense. Yes. Anyway, let's talk about rainfall. We did get a little bit of rainfall yesterday. Not much. The airport picked up a little bit, actually 0.05 of an inch there. Some places picked up close to an inch, places like New Braunfels, Brackettville. It was few and far between yesterday, though, when it came to that rain. With the front coming through, there were a couple of downpours here or there. But all in all, it was not enough to help us with our current situation. We're starting to creep back into drought conditions. There is, thankfully, a little bit of rain in the forecast a little bit later down the line, maybe early next week. Temperatures right now, low 80s there in southern Bexar County, 80 Port SA, 83 Stinson, 80 in New Braunfels, 77 Boulevardy. These numbers are pretty comfortable. And that includes here in San Antonio. We've got just a few thin high cirrus clouds out there. 79 at the airport. Dew point is at 38. That's an important number. Very dry air starting to funnel in with northerly winds at 10 miles per hour. And you look across the state, these numbers are so much better than what we were looking at earlier this week. Most places in the 70s and 80s. Even Del Rio sitting at 83 after what has been a very hot week. Forecast will only take us up to about 86, breezy northerly winds, and temperatures will fall off quickly tonight. And we'll be looking at some really nice weather next couple of days. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. In your health headlines now, a good time to get your flu shot. Pediatricians are recommending that adults and children older than 6 months old get that shot by Halloween, regardless of what the flu season is going to be like. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention also say it's on their website that everyone should get the shot by the end of October. Doctors say that this is especially important for young people who are not yet eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. Unvaccinated people have a greater risk of being infected with both the flu and the coronavirus at the very same time, and they will end up in the hospital.
There is still a need for blood donors to step up and give back as local hospitals and blood banks feel the strain. In fact, University Health says it has a low supply of blood. Here's how you can help. Schedule a donation online at the web address on your screen, universityhealthsystem.com. You can also make an appointment by calling 210-358-2812. Platelets and type O donations are needed most, but all donations are welcome. You can find all the information in the KSAT community section of KSAT.com.
If you're trying to get fit, your first instinct might be go hit the gym. But what about a ranch deep inside the hill country?
Nestled just outside the cowboy capital of the world, Bandera, we head to Rancho Cortez in this week's New You, where you'll find some unique ways to break a sweat. At the entrance, it looks like your typical Texas dude ranch. How did you want to come to Texas?
Because of the horses, because of the cowboys.
But there is more to Rancho Cortez. You can use modern methods to stay in shape at the ranch, along with reliving a time when riding, roping, and ranching was everyday living.
What we do is we give people options. A lot of people come out here for the exercise program for a lot of different reasons, but also have the opportunity to ride horses, learn how to rope, and just have an exciting time.
Fitness enthusiasts can enjoy the gym, an obstacle course with a view,
Right, and then run it back down.
and if that doesn't work the mind and body enough, there's this.
Quick, with your arms. I need your arms burning.
All under the direction of a certified trainer.
Your arms should be burning. You're doing great.
Catherine Cortez is not just a trainer, she's also a bona fide rodeo cowgirl who competes in barrel racing. And that goes hand in hand with helping people get healthy on their 125-acre ranch.
It is such a different scene. You know, you go to the gym and it's the same equipment, same thing, same scenery. When you come out here, it's always something different.
One of the most unique routines is actually working out on the back of a horse. No reins, no stirrups, no pain, no gain.
When we get over here, you're going to stop, shake your arms out, and then we're going to hold them and go backwards.
So when you're actually on the horse, you're not really realizing it, but you're having to use your whole body, your core, your leg muscles.
And after the mind and muscle workout, you can relax in the pool and then finish the day off with a homegrown, garden-fresh, healthy meal.
The meals we serve them are healthy meals that are planned for them. And of course, a lot of the vegetables we get out of our garden, we try to do a lot of things from scratch.
I love to see people come here and, you know, they've been on all kinds of medication and they've always kind of given up on losing weight. And then after they've seen results, it's so rewarding for them to realize that they can actually do it. It's not actually something they dreamed about. They can actually make it a reality.
Great fun way to get in shape. If you want to check out all they've got to offer, Rancho Cortez has plenty of packages to choose from. You can get a day pass or join their 60-day fitness and workout program. For a look at pricing, you can check out their website. We've got a link to that on our website, KSAT.com.
Supply chain issues are worrying stores, how they're working to address those problems, all to make sure that they are stocked up for our holiday season.
And researchers at a university have created the whitest paint ever. It's even made it into the Guinness World Records book. But it's not just meant to spruce up your garage door. The bigger purpose for this bright color later on in the show.
And all around San Antonio, you'll find colorful displays created by local artists. So what are some of the best spots to snap the perfect picture? After the break, Katrina Weber takes a look at some of the can't miss murals. You're going to want to check them out.
Art appreciation often gives way to inspiration, especially when you're talking about murals. And San Antonio is home to some of the best.
Those painted walls often form the inspiration for people's favorite photos. In this week's If These Walls Could Talk, Katrina Weber takes a look at some of the top spots for those beauty spots.
Steps from downtown is a wall that says it all. Greetings from San Antonio. And hello to our top 10 list of mural photo ops. On the side of Back Unturned Brewing, that iconic salute holds the number 10 spot. Only icons themselves could top it, like the next 4 on the list. Number 9 is singer Selena outside the Alamo Candy Company. An Eastside painting of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is number 8. 7 and 6 are rap superstars on San Pedro, the late Nipsey Hussle and Cardi B respectively. In 5th place, a legend of the courts, retired Spurs player Manu Ginobili.
He's been good to us. He brought us 5 rings, so we can't forget about that.
The man known as Patrick hopes one legend will help create another. He uses the mural next to his grandfather's restaurant as a backdrop for his TikTok videos.
It's where we're from, it's our city, and it's memorable.
While he works on being number 1, we'll look at our number 4, a colorful display of talent at Hefkin and Carolina. And right across the tracks is our number 3, a whole mural mini mall known as Essex Modern City. Coming in just under number 1 is the area under the bridge at I-35 and North St. Mary's. Technically, this number 2 has no walls. Instead, paintings on pillars. Number 1 on the list could be a top 10 list all in itself. There's so many murals to choose from and so many photo opportunities here along the St. Mary's Strip. You can hold court with a country king or even pose with a pilot.
We've had, wedding parties out here, bridal shower stuff. I mean, this is a big deal.
Vivian Holder jumped at the chance to have murals outside her building.
It's been really neat because people come to San Antonio as tourists and they'll come and they'll take pictures. It makes me proud, and that's a good feeling.
It's not unlike the satisfaction of a good selfie spot. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
I like those selfie people.
Good stuff. Man, that's some incredible artwork right there.
It is. And I can remember a time when they would cover it all up. Now we celebrate it.
Speaking of celebrating,
yeah,
a little colder air.
Celebrating the start of fall with some nice air that has shifted in. It's drier. It feels good out there. 79 degrees so far today. The average high is 89. I think we'll be a little bit below that. 70 was the low this morning. We'll go way below that by tomorrow morning. The records are 101 and 46 set back in 1926 and 1983. We'll look ahead to the weekend and some rain chances too coming up.
You could certainly tell when that cold front was moving in. Didn't get cold, but it sure got windy.
Yeah, windy.
Sneezy.
Yeah, it did. Windy
Sneezy.
and sneezy.
Yeah, my eyes were just watering
Are those
yesterday.
7 dwarfs? Windy
I know.
I think you were.
Exactly.
Yeah. The front definitely did make a difference. Now, a lot of people are saying to me, hey, it's not cold outside. It's not going to be super cold. This is the first front of the season, but it does take away that humidity, and I think we're going to see some pretty nice mornings ahead. You look back at where we've been so far this September, and this really is a nice change. It's been a hot start to the month. We were 3.5 degrees above average. We only had 2 days there where we were below average, and we're counting today. So really, if you don't count today, it was only 1 day below average. The other days were either above or on average for the month of September. Not only that, We haven't gotten much rain this month. Only 0.36 inches at the airport, and that's about 2.5 inches below average. We're at 23.63 for the year, and that is right on average. So we do need some rain to come back to the forecast. It's not going to happen today. We've got just a few thin high cirrus clouds working through the sky. 79 at the airport, northerly winds at 10. Dew point is at 38, so the air is extremely dry behind that front. 70s and 80s for the most part. 83 Pleasant and 81 Divine. 80 in Hondo, 79 in Comfort. Temperatures aren't going to be that bad today. We're thinking mid to maybe upper 80s in some cases. Still in the 70s from Rock Springs to Kerrville, 83 in Del Rio, 82 in Gonzales. And those dew points, well, that makes all the difference in the world. And these dew points are in the 30s and 40s. That puts us in very dry air. And it stays that way for an extended period here, all the way through really Sunday. You're going to see low dew points. And some gusty winds today as well. Winds have gusted up to around 20-25 miles per hour. You'll see these gusts slowly start to calm as we get into the evening hours. And tonight the winds will go calm. You won't notice the winds much at all. Here's a look at the rest of today. 85 by 4 o'clock, 83 6 o'clock, 73 by 8 o'clock. We're in the 60s by 10 o'clock and midnight. Eventually making our way down into the 50s tonight. Here's the current setup. We have high pressure up across the Texas Panhandle. It's kind of sliding south, and that's pushing those northerly winds in. Still a few showers across deep South Texas right along the front, which is now pushing well to the east, places like Atlanta, and a nice line of showers and storms out ahead of it. So it's going to bring some rain to the east coast tonight and into tomorrow. Meantime, the western half of the country really pretty quiet. As we look at the upper levels of the atmosphere, high pressure begins to build in here across Texas. Now, it's not a big heat high. It's not going to really warm us up all that much. It keeps things just pretty quiet. But we start to see that a low develops out west over California, and this gets cut off from the jet stream. Typically, these can be pretty good for us, pretty good rainmakers. The question is, does it get close enough to Texas, and does it move through and give us those rain chances? It looks like it will, and I think that probably starts on Monday. We'll start to see a little bit more moisture Sunday with some added cloud cover. And then by Monday, we'll start to see some showers and storms developing. There's a chance there, I think, Monday afternoon, and especially as we get into Tuesday. So for today, 86. Don't forget, we officially going to fall at 221. 88 tomorrow after starting off at 57. 59 Friday morning, up to 89. We're back into the 90s probably this weekend with a little more cloud cover. 30% chance of rain Monday, 40% chance on Tuesday, and hopefully we'll get some good downpours and get some more rain in the rain bucket for the year, guys.
Let's hope so. Yep. Thank you, Justin. Take a look at these two tiles. They might look the same to you, but one is actually whiter than the other. And that difference is important. Why researchers say this brighter shade could help fight climate change.
And supply chain issues are threatening to delay the delivery of popular holiday gifts. How some retail giants are already addressing that issue.
Today is the first day of fall, 221. I think that's what Justin said. It felt like it too this morning. And while it might be too soon to start thinking about the holidays, it's never too soon to panic about what you're going to buy for gifts. And this year, that is especially true. Global supply chain delays are threatening to disrupt shipments and are driving prices up on everything from toys to artificial Christmas trees to holiday decorations. Shipping's an issue too, compounded by limited warehouse space and trucking issues.
The global supply chain is quite fractured. We're seeing a shortage of labor. We're seeing a shortage of product that was initially meant to be shipped over. And we're also seeing a delay in that product getting into stores.
Now major U.S. retailers like Target, Walmart, and Home Depot taking matters into their own hands. They are chartering their own ships. Some are small enough to be able to unload at ports where there aren't those big bottlenecks.
Scientists at Purdue University in Indiana have created the world's whitest paint. Not only is this paint very, very white, it can help fight climate change. Researchers say the paint can work like an air conditioner. It was made to reflect 98% of sunlight, which is more than it absorbs, and that makes the surface cooler than its surroundings. Most paints currently on the market only reflect about 80% of sunlight, and they get warmer instead of cooler.
Interesting.
I like that. They didn't show the two side by side though, so you couldn't really tell which.
Yeah. I would need my glasses probably.
Paint my house with that. Yeah.
There you go. Well, today on SA Live, it is day 3 of our fall kickoff week, and it is all about decorating. We're helping you transform your home inside and out.
Yep, Adina Anderson is here. Inexpensive DIY decorations.
Yes.
And what are we doing?
You got a little snack mix there. It's perfect for fall. Just add some chocolate, pretzels, little fall candies. I know everybody's been munching. They're so yummy. And then just add it to a cute little box that I painted with the Deco Art paint. Just add that in there, and you can leave it on the table. People can snack on it all day long. It's just fun and easy, yummy snacks for fall.
And we snack on it, let me tell you that.
And for the kids, of course, hey, head on out to Rainbow Gardens and just put that there. And Laura Jarvis has something for us.
Hi, I am Laura Jarvis from Rainbow Gardens Nursery, and we are making beautiful dish gardens, miniature gardens. One tip that I always love to use, no matter what type of indoor or outdoor gardening I'm working on, I spritz my moss. And that keeps it from being brittle. A lot of our mosses will break if we don't spritz it first. Makes it nice and fluffy too.
And Deanna Fisher from Fisher & Weezer is here. She's got cocktails and some great food as well.
All that and more when SA Live continues in just a few minutes.